So we're going.
All right. Welcome back to the QueenVee podcast.
Yeah,
It's your girl Queenie.
It's your boy Veekay. I kind of want to leave in. I kind of want to leave in.
Oh, I'm dead. But anyways, welcome back to the pod. In today's episode, we are going to be catching up together and talking about some hot topics. So as always, if you have anything to include, please let us know in the comments below. But for now, VK, it's been a minute. What's life? What's everything been up to?
It has been a minute. I'm sorry. I'm collecting myself.
You hate it, but I love the cringe. Okay, we go for cringe.
No, we're not editing that out. That's awesome. I love that. We're not editing that out. No, yeah, life's been all right, man. I've been very busy. Hence, I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably the reason why the podcast hasn't really been happening. But no, it's been good. I've been a little bit of an athlete. I've been a little bit of a coach as well.
Wait, has a gamer been touching grass?
I have been touching grass. I know, it's crazy, right?
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
No, so I think we talked about it in previous, but last September I accepted a coaching a volunteer coaching position for my soccer team. And then a month later, I accepted a paid position to be a neighboring city's high school diving coach.
Okay.
So
he's a qualified king.
I'm a qualified. Yes. So I got the coach polo with the logo. Yeah, it was actually, when I saw that I was like, holy shit, this is real. But then so like, I didn't really know how things were going to go with that. I'm going to be completely honest, because for those who know me IRL, I don't even really talk about this on like online much. I was a big soccer player, obviously, but I got injured in high school and had to quit soccer. So I ended up being a diver. Dove for 4 years, left the sport, never really thought I was going to get back into it. And then my best friend took over as a swim coach, needed a diving coach, was like, hey, you're like the best person for the job. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to bring in someone. She was like, I'd much rather have someone I trust come into the position rather than just like going to try to recruit like a D1, you know what I mean? Something like that. So, So I So I accepted the position, had to get back into the sport a little bit. And it turns out I inherited like 4 little prodigies. They are like insane.
Really?
And then I started out with only having 3, and then I had an email that kind of changed my life forever, which is kind of crazy. I got an email. Really deep. It is kind of really deep, because like so how it works is like when you're top 3 in the district, you get medals, and then when you're top 2 in districts, you go to states. But if you're that 3rd place, you get like an alternate role for states, and then if someone backs out, you get to go to states, right? Well, I get a phone call, or I get an email saying that someone's interested in diving. Of course, I take them on. She was like a world-class gymnast at like the age of 10. Like knows Mike Tomlin's daughter, like if the Pittsburgh Steelers coach, like his daughter's also, like, you know what I mean? And not gonna say much more because of privacy reasons, but but no, she came in. We're not toxic people on the podcast. She came into diving. I taught her the basics, and then within her first practice, she was doing like forward 1.5s off the board. She was doing like backs, like inwards, like everything. Like it took me like a month with the other kids to teach. She picked up probably within 2 weeks. She was in her first meet 2 weeks after joining the team, right? So we go to districts, and she ends up getting 3rd place by 0.15 points. So I am a district medalist coach now. We got interviewed by the press. Like I was like, it was insane. I know, it was insane. And around this time, this is in February. Around this time, and it was so cool. Like it came down to the last dive. Like I was like, you need to get 5s on this dive. You need to get 5s on this dive. She throws it, she gets 5.5s, like to the wire. Like, you know what I mean? So then I find out like, okay, 3rd place gets alternates. That's cool. I was like, look, I know she is going to be amazing, my focus was just getting to districts this year. Next year, we'll set... She's a freshman, Queenie.
She's a freshman.
So, like, she's got 3 more years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
wait, sorry, freshman is 9th grade.
So, right? 9th grade, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
I started, like, hyping it up, and then I literally forgot for a second.
Yeah, it's okay.
Like I said, in Canada, we don't do that. So.
Yeah, you do, like
9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade,
yeah. So, so after districts, we have we have like a banquet for the whole thing. I do my whole sorry, I'm actually getting a little bit ahead of myself. After districts, a week goes by, we stop practice, like, you know, have a good season, have a good rest of the school year. I'll see you next year. I go to my city's bar crawl and see my head coach, see my best friend who's the head coach, and was like, hey, like, oh my God, like, I knew you were coming to this, like, didn't know, blah, 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 blah. She leaves. We go to the first bar. I'm like a drink in. I get a phone call. And the phone call is, hey, someone backed out of states. Your diver's the next in line. Do they want to go? And I was like, I mean, I have to ask her, but I'm just gonna preliminary say yes. Like, I know she's gonna say yes, but I'm just gonna preliminary say yes. So
because you can always back out.
Yeah, I called their dad. Was like, yo, man, like, this is what's happening. I know, like, states is in a week, but they just got bid in, so like we need to like set up practices and do all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So states is, if you know anything about Pennsylvania. States is a very big state. I think it's like the 4th biggest state or something like that. So in one of the university that was being held at was 2 hours away from our home district. So I got to drive the school van. To Bucknell with my diver, and of course they had to bring their sister or their family member's sister. I'll say sister, because obviously safe sport. You don't want to have, especially with a lot of things that have been going on recently in my school district. In my school district, which is, I can't go any further into that because I am legally not allowed to say anything. We were kind of sworn to secrecy. Plus my job. For you guys who don't know, you might not. I work in a prison, so I have a little bit more inside information than other people, so I can't say anything. But so anyway, had a good week at States. It was a weird weekend because we were kind of. It wasn't really, you know, like a vacation. We were there for business, so, you know. Yeah. There was some nerves, some anxiety, but, you know, they got to dive at States, and that's something that I never got to experience because I was never like that, like, caliber. So like I even made like a Facebook post about it. I was like, look, like, I never made it as a diver, but today I make it as a coach. And like, I was like, put some respect on my name, put some respect on my school's name, because again, we're not one of the biggest schools that normally or typically viewed in those scenarios. So that's been going on. And then finally, States is over. I get my weekdays back. And the first thing I do is I sign up for an adult soccer league. So I signed for a soccer team. And now I'm playing adult soccer, which is actually pretty fun.
Which is actually sounds so lit.
It's so lit. Like, it's professional to the point where, like, it's serious. Like, we have referees. Yeah. It's a league. Every loss, every win is counted. Like, there's points. There's a trophy at the end of the season. So it's like a league. It's, I don't want to say semi-professional, but it's like competitive.
It's competitive, right?
But like, at the end of the game, so I'll tell you, our first game was Sunday. I am, not to brag, I am currently the top scorer of my team. We lost 4-3. So
you're a forward?
I play striker, yeah. So we lost. You want to know the
worst part? The only reason I know that information is because I just started watching Awashi.
Oh my god! Oh my! I was gonna say either Awashi or Blue Lock. I was gonna say either of the two.
It's my first soccer anime, and I'm learning a lot. But my friend Kaguya got me into it. But anyway, sorry, that's the only reason why I know anything. So it's when you said striker, I was like, striker and Awashi.
So
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. So the game on Sunday was insane.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So kind of heartbreaking fashion, we lost 4-3, but it was really funny because the game started, and this is for some context, I had a knee surgery 2 years ago, or 3 years. Holy shit, 3 years ago now. It will be 3 years in November this year, and since then I've never really tested my knee. I actually like gained some weight because of it. Like I was like 165, 6-pack, super fit, and then because of the surgery, you know, I kind of just gained some weight because, you know, you obviously eat still, but I couldn't really walk for like 2 months. So that was kind of scary. But so this is like the first time I'm like really testing it, and playing in that competitive scene again is always so fun. But we started it, we kicked off, and me and my best friend, and my best friend's doing this with me. He's the only person I know on the team. We actually joined a team that's outside our county, so like we drive an hour every Sunday to go to it. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't give a fuck. So no one. Everyone's super chill though. No one. We start playing. We don't really know what the skill gap's gonna be. And I think what's really cool is it's a co-ed, so we have girls on our team, and it's actually a rule that the girls have to play. So at no point can there be less than 2 girls on the team or on the pitch. So it's awesome. It's inclusive. The only thing that sucked for us was because those 2 girls didn't have subs this weekend, so they had to play the entire game. So even though they had a lot of fun, like at the end they were gassed.
They were exhausted.
I'll get to that because I think that's one of the reasons why we lost. Not the girls. I'm just saying everybody in general being tired. We only had 1 substitute. So there's 11 players and there was 1 substitute, and that substitute was only for the forwards because that's the only position they knew how to play. So the game starts, and in the first 10 minutes they're like taking a lot of shots on target, and I hear their goalies say to the bench, "If we don't score 5 by halftime, I'll be shocked." And I was like, all right, you're on this bullshit. All right, you're being cocky. We get the ball, and I'm pretty fast. I would like to say I'm pretty fast. We get the ball. I yelled, just put me. I was like, put me through. Kick the ball forward. I burned all the defenders. So it's just me and one-on-one with this keeper. This keeper who's being cocky, he's standing on the 35-yard line. For context, the goal on a football field, on an American football field, sits at the back of the end zone. So he's 40 yards out of his goal. So I'm running, and he's like, well, I can't. He couldn't make it back to his goal without turning his back. And that's like rule number 1 for the keeper is never turn your back. So he can't backpedal. So he comes out to meet me, and I break his fucking ankles. I tap the ball to the right and sprint to the left. So I initially if he's here, the ball went that way. I went that way. He's still in the middle. So he goes to turn. As soon as he turns, he slips and falls. So it's just me on a one-on-one sprint with the goal, like to the goal. And like I heard the defenders running after me. And like for those who play soccer, you know, if you're facing an open net with no goalie, no defenders, it is the most terrifying scene because it's almost like your vision zooms out because it's like you have this whole target to hit, so you might as well, you know, you got to hit it. Thankfully I scored, put it away. I'm jogging back and I look at the goalie, and he's like on the ground still, and he's like defeated, and he looks at the bench. He goes, "That's one's on me, guys." And I started to get cocky, and as soon as I started to get cocky, that's when my legs locked up because I'm so out of shape and so like, I didn't get hurt or anything, but like I was just like, hey, I need a sub. Like,
you know felt it.
Yeah, I felt it, and I'm feeling it now. Like my legs.
And you did your job.
Yeah, I did my job. I got mine. So we were able to. They then scored, so it was 1-1 halftime. We're like, look, we're still in it. We're still in it.
Yeah.
After halftime, they score 2 to make it 3-1. And I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Like, no one give up. I'm not going to give up. You know, let's just stay in the zone, right?
Stay in the zone. That's all you got to do.
20 minutes remain.
Yeah.
We get a beautiful ball over to my winger. My winger, one-on-one with the keeper, scores it. So 3-2. 3-2. I'm making a run, right? Guy pings it over to me. And I'm pretty proud of this because the one part of my soccer game that I think I can really work on is my first touch. So what that means is like when the ball comes to you, it's the first touch of the ball, whether you push it in front of you or push it to the side of you. Sometimes my decision making on that is a little poor. I'll be the first to admit that. He pinged it to me. I touched it. It sat up perfectly right in front of me. I took another touch. The keeper pushed me, and I bent the ball around the keeper into the side netting to make it 3-3. Equalized it. So I scored 2 goals on Sunday, which is sick.
That's crazy.
And then the end of the game, we were all just really gassed. And literally within the last minute before he blew the whistle, they scored. And it was like so sad. But we came off the field. Everyone was all in good spirits. You know, we were like, this is the first time any of us have ever played together. It was a really fun day. And it was just overall a great experience. So I've been out doing the sport world and all that fun stuff. So it's kind of where I've been the past like 6 months.
It's been a long time. But honestly, that's good. Like, I think that it's important to recognize that there needs to be some type of balance. Yes, there's this chronically online gamer lifestyle, but there's life.
Right.
There's life beyond that. And I think at least myself as a gamer, I can get absorbed into the online space. Whether it's being on Discord the entire weekend, whether it's doing D&D online, whether it's gaming, whether it's joining events and watching movies online. Like, as a gamer, you're so prone to wanting to be online and wanting to be with my video games. So I think it's important at least to recognize that there should be a balance. And I think it's important to recognize that you can be an athlete, you can be a gamer, you can be multiple different things. And you can also be healthy. Yeah,
for sure. For sure. That's my new goal, is to try to get back into a little bit of shape. I got a little bit of a tummy now. I'm not saying I'm still very much healthy. I don't want to say, you know what I mean? But it's...
You have your goals.
You're right. I have my goals. It was like very disheartening to see like 6-pack mark in COVID and now like beer keg mark now. Like it's all like circular. But I mean, it is what it is.
I was going to say, did you at least have fun getting that beer keg?
Well, minus the not walking part, yes, I did.
Minus the not walking part.
I also drank a lot of alcohol during COVID, and I think that's what kind of also
did it for you?
Did it for me. I was drinking like a lot of wine, a lot of vodka, a lot of beer.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic COVID things for anyone who is of legal drinking age.
True. But so that's kind of it for this episode. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the sporting events. We got some other juicy topics coming up soon, so don't tune away. Also, it's been 5 months since our first podcast episode. We've been doing this for 5 months now. I saw that on the I saw that. And also shout out to you guys. Our analytics have been so good recently. Even though we're not active. So thank you so much. And I promise, hopefully, we will go back to being active and that the analytics will pick up. With that being said, it's been your boy, V Kizzle, on the mic. Your
girl, V. I almost said Veekay. Queenie, let's go.
I'm going to tell you right now, your mic did not pick up any of that.
I told you I gotta work on this mic. If anyone has any mic recommendations, my mic has been correctly doo-dying and cutting out because I am too high pitched. I scream a lot and I'm loud. So, if you got any recommendations? Let me know.
Shout out, HyperX Squadcast.
It's a girl, Queenie. It's a girl, Queenie. Wait, hold on. I'm doing it the wrong way. It's a girl, Queenie.
Oh, I'm gonna give you ASMR. I'm sorry. I'm like.
All right. This mic is meant for. You're meant to talk to it in the front. So
stop. I don't have my headphones on. I don't have my headphones on. I refuse. But, all right, guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.